Big day today, boys. It's patch day. That's right. Which means you're not going to be playing a lot of WoW today because the servers are going to be down for about 8 hours, boys and girls. So find other things to do. Call your mom for the first time in a while since you've been degenerately playing WoW. Say hi and bye to your kids because with the patch out, you're going to be back to playing WoW. But for today, not much to do, boys. So sit back and relax and watch some WoW news. Oh, watching the news? No, not today, boys. I have a special announcement for you today. G Fuel's running a special campaign. That's right. Use code Samiccus at checkout for your G Fuel today, and you will now get 40% off. This will last until June 18th. A special event running from G Fuel here, making code Samiccus worth more than it's ever been. Use G Fuel like I do every day to play at your top level, boys. New formula here. Really good stuff. Try it if you haven't already. Again, use code Samiccus at checkout. First of all, we got changes happening today that for the first time in a while, we're seeing a bunch of stuff right before patch goes live. Holy crap. Usagi coming in with the 10 gifted subs. Are we picking up where we left off yesterday? Thank you so much, man, for those 10 gifted. And let's carry those 10 gifted and the good vibes here into this patch. We're also going to talk a little bit today about some of the kind of meta shit going into Mythic Plus right now as we head into 12.0.7. What's the current meta, DPS standings, and everything else for Mythic Plus? But let's dive straight into these notes here first. I told you guys this was going to happen. That's right, Lura getting nerfed on both Mythic and Heroic difficulties, guys. This is a pretty big nerf. I'm excited for it. It's not as big as I'd like it to be, but I think the nerfs are going to continue to trickle in on this boss. Let's just talk about some of these. First of all, glimmering damage will be reduced by 20% on Mythic difficulties. We also see a reduced spread of Mythic Midnight Crystals and Dust Crystals when it comes to both Heroic and Mythic. So reduced spread, a little bit closer together, easier to get together, damage those down, heal those up. That should be an easier mechanic to deal with. For Star Splinter, you can no longer target the same player twice, kind of eliminating that double target to single shot, basically, that ends up happening there. For critical cast time, it has been increased to 4 seconds, was previously 3. You'll notice a theme here with some of these nerfs is basically you got cast times being increased, so that's pretty good. Dawn Crystal now being what's it called? Dawn Crystal now begins to pulse radiance after 6 seconds in Heroic and Mythic, was 5 seconds. So again, an increase kind of in cast time there. Dark Constellation cast time increased to 3 seconds on Mythic difficulty, was 2.5 seconds. And then we see Dark Constellation now spawns further from Light Siphons. So, again, less overlap of things, less chance of problems happening. Radiance damage, this is a big one here, reduced by 50% on Heroic difficulties. So you leave that Light Crystal sitting somewhere, it shouldn't be, and it gets hit. That radiant damage no longer really is a big one-shot for the Raid. Should be able to handle that now with a 50% damage reduction. And then Tears of Lura now spawns 1 soak in Heroic difficulty instead of 2. So no longer dealing with a double soak there in that second phase. So that's good to see here. Sam will get AOTC in 2020. How ridiculous. How are we getting AOTC today? Thank you very much. Still not enough. You will wipe for 6 months. Look, more nerfs will be coming. Lura has proven to be a difficult Heroic boss and Mythic, of course. So we'll see what ends up happening here. But, your boy Samiccus predicted more nerfs to come, and here they come. So there we go. Moving on to buffs, guys. We got some buffs to the Omnium Folio dropping just before patches taking servers down here. So some buffs. Some people have been saying that really the Omnium Folio isn't hitting as strong as they would like. So remember, this thing's going to be basically a passive buff for the rest of the expansion. So I understand why Blizzard really didn't make this thing a massive buff to the rest of for the rest of the expansion. It really would create a lot of power creep. So basically here we had a buff to a couple of the rows heading into reset here, and it's really healing buffs. 40% to be exact. We have a 40% healing increase to 4 of the buffs that are coming out of the Omnium Folio here. That's Rune of the Void-Touched Orbs, Rune of the Unleashed Fire, Rune of the Self-Mending, and Rune of the Lingering. You can check out what some of these do here on the screen. Just basically stat and power buffs and stuff like that. But now they're increased by 40% when it comes to healing, which is good, I guess, for healers. I mean, I think healing needs a buff overall in general, so good to see here that Blizzard's at least reacting to some of the feedback and that the Omnium Folio is not as powerful as people would like it to be. Also happening today, obviously, we got Najatal and Val opening up which is great. It's going to be a nice heroic world tier content for the first time that we'll be seeing here, and obviously rewards to be had from doing heroic world tier. We talked about this recent change that Blizzard put in. If you didn't know, we got 2 mounts that'll be made available via achievements from this heroic world tier, and people were complaining, okay, you unlock the mounts via achievement, why is it also going to cost 4,500 Voidlight Marl to purchase these? Well, that's no longer the case. Once you unlock these, each of them will only cost 15 Voidlight Marl, which is really like you can fart in the wind and passively gain that many Voidlight Marl right now. So that's good to see. Basically, these things are free once you unlock them. Here's the achievements required. It's called a trip around the stars. It's got a couple of different little achievements built in here to unlock this thing. Once you finish out the achievement, you can purchase those 2 mounts. A few other achievements and things that could be had from these 2 zones. Pretty cool. We also have a bunch of decor. That's right, Army of the Light decor. So if you're into the Army of the Light theme stuff, there's a bunch of decor that you'll be able to get from these 2 difficulties, purchasing these with Voidlight Marl as well, after getting a Prepared for a Showdown achievement or a Pain of Command achievement. So there you go, those 2. And then finally, we got some transmog to be had. The transmog can be gotten 2 ways from these things. For one, you can just collect a bunch of field accolades and Voidlight Marl and purchase these things from Fieldsmith Venton of the Singularity. You can purchase these items directly from him, or you can actually play Heroic World Tier and farm the rares and elites in the zones, and these things actually have a chance to drop the gear as well. So there you go. Thank you so much, guys, for that hype train. Doc, thank you for the 100 bits, man. And Usagi, thank you so much for those gifted subs. I really do appreciate that, man. Also, as I said before, unlocking these, transmog, using field accolades and Voidlight Marl, the ways that you can get those things. Moving on, though, to Mythic Plus, okay? We're kind of like mid-season now, right? 8 weeks in, heading into what will be the next round of 8 weeks before the end of the season. With 12.0.7, this is the final stretch here. We probably got 8 more weeks of this season, and then we're heading into Season 2. So let's see where things currently stand right now in terms of meta, Mythic Plus, all that shit, and DPS charts. So here we go. First of all, popularity. Spec popularity, it's weird right now. It's not often that we see this, but a tank spec is currently the most popular spec when it comes to Mythic Plus out there in the season. And one is sticking out in particular. It's Guardian Druid. Guardian Druid absolutely cranking. It's still really good. They're just swiping, no swipey all over shit, and they're having a good time. Guardian Druids right now, peak tanking, and there's nothing I can say about the bear tanks other than they're closet furries, but that's really about it. I mean, they're just having a good time. Retribution Paladins sitting there at second. That's your, Ret Pallies, always top 3, usually number 1 in terms of spec popularity, so they're having a good time as well. Beast Mastery Hunter, just behind them, Unholy Decay, Mistweaver Monk, Resto Shaman, Demonology Warlock, Frost Mage, Devour Demon Hunter, and then Brewmaster Monk. That kind of rounds out your top boys. All of the specs that currently make up the meta are also encapsulated in that. For your least played, you have the Devastation, as I said before, that is Devastation Evoker sitting there at the bottom, followed by the not-so-fiery Fire Mage. We got Destro Warlock absolutely destroying itself. Preservation Evoker not really preserving anything. We got Ass Rogue making asses of themselves. Marksmanship Hunter down here marking absolutely nothing. Frost DK not being very frosty. And then Arcane Mage, I don't know what to say for Arcane. It's just... it's a tough one, okay? These guys are not very popular right now. They're sitting at the very bottom. These specs aren't in the best place, but overall, you could probably pay something else or another spec in that class until these ones actually get buffed. But yeah, Maleficent wants me to eat his ass. Okay, moving on. Runes by key level. We see right here, right now, we can start to see the meta taking shape. So plus 25 is the highest key attempted right now. Looks like plus 24 is the most completed at that high level. So plus 24 seems to be the highest push at this moment. And what's making up that plus 24 group? We have a Guardian Druid, Unholy DK, Devour Demon Hunter, Mistweaver Monk, and Augmentation Evoker. And no surprise here, yeah, of course, if it's a plus 24, that seems to be making up the meta. So we look right here at the current meta group, okay? This is the most run group. We're looking at all runs throughout the season. And yes, no surprise here. We have Guardian Druid as the tank, Mistweaver Monk as the healer, followed by Unholy DK, Devour Demon Hunter, and Augmentation Evoker. There is a massive amount of groups running this meta right now. We got about between 19 and 20% of the groups that are running right now are running this meta class spec, or a meta class, I should say, combination. And yeah, it's pretty damn popular, and it's only become more popular since we last looked at these charts. So people have taken note. that this is the way to do it. Behind them, with about a, I don't know, what you would say, like a 13% drop off from there, we see another combination, which is Guardian Druid, Resto Shaman, Mistweaver Monk, Unholy DK. We also see Beast Mastery Hunter and Retribution Paladin kind of swapping out here for Devour Demon Hunter and Augmentation Evoker. That's the second most popular group. The only other thing that swaps out from there on out is we see some Resto Shamans entering the mix and Demonology Warlocks. But really, I mean, the meta is the meta right now. It's really pumping hard. It's sitting there at the very top for a reason, and that's because people are enjoying it. What do we got here? Man, 20 subs to skip the stolen video count. That's ridiculous. How ridiculous is that? Thank you so much for the gifted subs, by the way. I still do appreciate it. For Mythic Plus logs and everything else, what do we see here? We see one thing and one thing only, guys, and that's the 95th percentile Augmentation Evokers taking the cake as the highest DPSers right now when we're looking at the best of the best. Devour Demon Hunter right behind them. Unholy DK having a good time here at the top two. Arms Warrior actually doing really good, even though we didn't see him as part of the meta. They're pumping pretty hard in terms of DPS. Outlaw Rogue right behind them, Retribution Paladin, Enhancement Shaman, Survival Hunter, Feral Druid, and Demonology Warlock. My God, Doc, thank you for the 5 gifted, man. I do appreciate that a lot. That you guys are really coming through with the subs lately. Thank you so much. It's some hype for the next patch, I guess. A ton of stuff happening here at the bottom. We see Devastation, no surprise here. Destruction Warlock, Balanced Druid, Frost DK, Windwalker Monk, Havoc Demon Hunter, and Fire Mage. That was from the bottom up there in terms of the bottom guys in DPS. When you look at the overall, not looking at 95th percentile, not much changes. Augmentation still at the top here. Unholy DK, Devoured, Demon Hunter, Arms Warrior, Ret Paladin. Those are your top 5. Now overall, S tier DPS. Let's look at the tier chart in terms of who's doing the best right now. Your 2 S tier classes, no surprise, they're part of the meta. We see Unholy DK and Devour Demon Hunter sitting there as your S tier Mythic Plus DPS classes. After that, we see kind of a drop-off to B tier. There is no A tier on this chart right now. We see Augmentation Evoker, Arms Warrior, Demonology Warlock, Retribution Paladin. Those guys make up your B tier. Everybody else is sitting in C and D tier. And then finally at the bottom, there's 3 specs in F tier right now. Balanced Druid, Devastation Evoker, and Frost Mage. Those guys need some help from Blizzard right now to get a little bit of buff because, yeah, they're definitely hurting for sure. Overall, we'll see where these keep going, but right now, that's where things currently sit, really at the midway point of the season, heading into what will be the final 8 weeks of Season 2. And then finally, guys, we have a little blast here from Blizzard. It looks like they dropped a final trailer here, little hype trailer for 12.0.7. Let's check this thing out real quick from Blizzard and see what it's all about.
I hope your little strike team is ready. I can already taste the conflict beyond this rift.
It's time we take the fight to them.
Every second we delay, we lose the advantage of surprising our enemies.
Behold, the Sunstrider
the Omnium
Omnium.
Folio.
Madness is but a singular possibility. Such is the burden of discovery.
The Amani stand alone.
Zul Jam's
And the
Quest,
Amani
excited for this?
never die. We carve our own path.
The new raid.
Let's get into the story.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Lore
is
walking.
Different than other lovers.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this for sure.
Let's delve a little deeper into his history.
Oh, I'm gonna get that mount. The time walking mount.
Stars guide our path. Forward!
Do what you do best.
Dark Spear Dash, that's right. Oh, Midsummer Fire Festival. That's a back patch, man. Some good stuff.
To strike where you see weakness.
Yeah, Midnight Revelations. Okay, yeah, I feel the hype, man. Honestly, that video really did a good job encapsulating how much we're getting in this 0.7 patch. There's a ton coming, man. There really is. There's a lot coming with this patch. Probably one of the more packed 0.7 patches we've seen in quite a while. And for today, sit back, relax, boys. Big time maintenance. There's some Samiccus videos dropping all day, so don't you worry. I'll keep you entertained. And for today, that is all in terms of news.